Where are those transmissions you intercepted? What have you done with those plans? If this is a consular ship, where is the ambassador? Commander, tear this ship apart until you found those plans and bring me the passengers. I want them alive! Don't be too proud of this technological terror you've constructed. The ability to destroy a planet is insignificant next to the power of the Force. I find your lack of faith disturbing. Good work, but I want them alive. Now that you've gotten their trust, they may take you to their new base.
This time we'll get them all.
I see why they call you the best bounty hunter in the galaxy.
It is useless to resist. Don't let yourself be destroyed as Obi-Wan did. There is no escape. Don't make me destroy you. Luke, you do not yet realize your importance. You have only begun to discover your power. Join me, and I will complete your training. With our combined strength, we can end this destructive conflict and bring order to the galaxy. If you only knew the power of the dark side. Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. No. I am your father. That name no longer has any meaning for me. I see you have constructed a new lightsaber. Your skills are complete. Indeed, you are powerful, as the Emperor has foreseen. Obi-Wan once thought as you do. You don't know the power of the dark side. I must obey my master.
Rebels, not more than 6 of you. I can feel your presence. Come to me, rebels. Traitors, unleash your anger. It brings you closer to the dark side. This Death Star will soon be within super laser range of your base. The power of the dark side will destroy you and your rebellion.
Yes, Master. Where is Padme? Is she safe? Is she all right? I couldn't have. She was alive. I felt it. No! Who goes there?
Oh, that is so cool!
Hey, it's Gus, Clark, and Richie. We're here to see Mel.
You may enter. Halt! Prepare to be boarded, Captain.
I'm afraid there's been a terrible mistake. I am seeing...
We know you have this rebel spy on board.
I have never seen that woman before. Oh dear. Gotta go!
Don't underestimate my power.
No! No! Oh!
I want that spy! The Jedi Knights are all but destroyed. And yet your task is not complete, Inquisitor. The Emperor has foreseen a new threat rising against him. The children of the Force. They must not become Jedi. Hunt down this new enemy, and if they will not serve the Empire, eliminate them along with any surviving Jedi who would train them. This is my Master's command. You were not summoned here to grovel, Director Krennic.
No, it's...
There is no Death Star. The Senate has been informed that Jeddah was destroyed in a mining disaster.
Yes, my lord.
I expect you not to rest until you can assure the Emperor that Galen Erso has not compromised this weapon in any way. Be careful not to choke on your aspirations, Director. Inside your head. You were warned what defeat would bring. I will tolerate your weakness no longer. It seems I have underestimated you. There can be no mistakes. You're certain the tracker is with him.
There once was a wealthy merchant who lost all the ships he owned in a terrible storm. He was forced to move to a small house in the country with his 3 daughters. The merchant and his youngest daughter, Beauty, worked in the fields. His 2 eldest daughters did nothing but complain. One day a friend arrived from the city with news that some of the merchant's ships had washed up in a nearby port with their cargo still intact. Everyone was filled with hope, and Beauty's sisters were convinced they would be rich again.
And God stepped out on space, and he looked around and said, "I'm lonely. I'll make me a world." And as far as the eye of God could see, darkness covered everything, blacker than 100 midnights down in a cypress swamp. Then God smiled, and the light broke, and the darkness rolled up on one side, and the light stood shining on the other.
I'll teach man to use his machines. I'll show him what distorted science can give birth to. I'll teach him to fly like a fairy. And I'll give the ultimate answer to all his science can ask. And the world will be free for my magic again. One morning, a mosquito saw an iguana drinking at a waterhole. "Iguana, you will never believe what I saw yesterday." "Try me," said the iguana. The mosquito said, "I saw a farmer digging yams that were almost as big as I am." "What's a mosquito compared to a yam?" snapped the iguana. "I would rather be deaf than listen to such nonsense." Then he stuck 2 sticks in his ears and went off, mick, 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 through the reeds. "The Emperor of the Night, you are in my domain now. I was afraid I had lost you to your world."
My world? What world is this?
Priceless. He wants to know what world this is. "No! Your sign is of no consequence. Begone! Vex me no further. Guards! They're trying to trick me. What they need are more beatings, less food. We can break up their families. Well, what is it?"
From a sealed pitcher. This is a sign our magicians cannot duplicate.
Are you saying the God of Hebrew slaves is more powerful than the ruler of Egypt? It is not possible! Distinctly I remember. It was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow. Vainly I had sought to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow. Sorrow for the lost Lenore. Oh, Lenore. For the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here forevermore. This is indeed a disturbing universe. Here you go, Earthlings. Take all you want, but eat all you take.
Well, thank you very much, Mr.
To pronounce it correctly, I would have to pull out your tongue. Your wife is quite a dish. Oh. When we arrive, there will be plenty of time to chew the fat. This will give these humans the perfect flavor. That's all of it. Sign here.
There you are, my man. And $1 for yourself.
$1. I'm glad there's a curse on this place.
Huh?
But the king was very sad. His queen, Frederick's mother, had been lost at sea in a terrible storm. Frederick and his father missed her with all their hearts. The king had blessed Frederick with his magical powers. One day, these powers told Frederick that something very, very close was watching and waiting. Something very, very bad. It was Messina, the king's sister and Frederick's aunt. She too possessed magical powers, but unlike the king, she used her magic for evil.
Now that I've redecorated to make the place more unlivable, I think I'll stay a while. Maybe, 7,000 to 8,000 years. Oh, goody. Someone else to scare. Oh, it's you. I've already scared you.
Have you had the TV on this morning?
No.
Over the years, with the president increasingly imprisoned by work, Mary became lonely. At regular evening receptions in the White House Blue Room, she entertained a stream of interesting and controversial men. In 1864 and 1865, one male friend in particular loomed large in her affections, the suave New York politico Abram Wakeman.
In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and the Word became flesh, and in that flesh was the light of man, that shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not.
30. Simba, let me tell you something that my father told me. Look at the stars. The great kings of the past look down on us from those stars.
Really?
Yes. So whenever you feel alone, just remember that those kings will always be there to guide you. And so will I.
Well done, my son. We are one.
Yes, Kion, I am your grandfather, and I've been watching you. You are about to embark on a great journey, Kion. Leader of the Lion Guard. Kion, Simba is worried, but he's worried because he loves you. Being leader of the Lion Guard will not always be easy. Don't be afraid, Kion. Trust your instincts. The roar will be there for you when you need it, and so will I, until the Pride Lands end.
Look, Simba. Everything the light touches is our kingdom.
You ruled all of that?
Yes, but a king's time as ruler rises and falls like the sun. One day, Simba, the sun will set on my time here and will rise with you as the new king.
All of this will belong to me?
It belongs to no one, but will be yours to protect. A great responsibility.
You have chosen wisely. This path leads to timeless youth and beauty.
So, they found it again, have they? I thought we'd taken care of it.
The forces of evil are persistent, sir.
I'm getting too old for this. Who have we got lined up to deal with this problem?
Murphy, sir.
Oh, no, not Murphy.
Afraid so, sir.
What about Spade or Marlowe?
Dead, sir.
Isn't there anyone else?
Sorry, sir, he's next on the list.
Well, I suppose we'll have to make do. Knowing Murphy, he's going to need help. A lot of help. No pestilence has ever been so fatal or so hideous. Blood was its avatar and its seal, the redness and horror of blood.
Saving my daughter
You shall be known from this day forward as Bungo Sensei. Bungo, the all-powerful warrior. Daughter, I will allow you to marry this man if he agrees to follow the customs of our people, which is to say that any outsider who marries into the royal family must perform 3 acts of bravery. Do you accept this challenge?
In the 3rd millennium, the world changed. Climate, nations, all were in upheaval. The earth transformed into a poisonous, scorched desert known as the Cursed Earth. Millions of people crowded into a few megacities where roving bands of street savages created violence the justice system could not control. Law as we know it collapsed. From the decay rose a new order, a society ruled by a new elite force, a force with the power to dispense both justice and punishment. They were the police, jury, and executioner all in one. They were the judges.
Then one day, the frog decided to make some mischief. He began imitating the voices of the other animals, and that made for a terrible misunderstanding. The kookaburra thought the brolga was being nasty and rude, and so they began to fight. The whipsnake thought the emu was making fun of him, so they too began to fight. An eagle thought Platypus was insulting her children, so Eagle beat Platypus with her wings. Once the others saw that Eagle and Platypus had chosen sides, they all began to choose sides and find fault.
As the hour for the performance approaches, the Maasai villagers gather before the closed curtain, waiting expectantly. Behind the curtain, the actors prepare the set and the props, rehearse their lines, and don their masks. At last, the players are ready. The curtain opens and the play begins.
I'm in charge here, and nobody skips training. Especially little snot-noses named Carter. Silence! When I want your help, I'll beat it out of you! Now, about this caster. How would it look if I, the mighty Kibosh, let some wide-eyed rookie run loose without any schooling? Embarrassing. It's disgraceful. Almost as bad as losing track of those 3 worm-headed deserters. What were their names?
She has been a friend of mine since before the dawn of time. If I can remember that, it means that I'm an old man.
I ask you to hold Excalibur for me until a good man comes to take it from you.
Then I will be holding it forever.
This is the time for giving, Mikey, not giving up. I mean, just because you can't see something with your eyes or hear it with your ears doesn't mean it's not real. Some things exist in here.
In your heart?
Sure. If you can believe in Santa in your heart, then he is real. And so is everything he stands for, like giving and selflessness and friendship.
I don't know, mister. Even if I could start believing in him again, I know my friends can't.
Well, maybe there's a way you can give him that belief back. Heck, that'd be the greatest Christmas gift of all. Well, I better get inside. It's tapioca night. Merry Christmas, Mikey.
I'm afraid I've never met you 2 young gentlemen before. They do appear a bit way out at that. What are your friends going to do while we make our rounds later? A man has no greater purpose in life than to serve his fellow man. I've tried to instill that message into all my children. It may help you too someday when you're back way out wherever.
Good to see you again, Mac. I wish it were under better circumstances.
It's a light show, all right.
It's more than that. It's Kane.
Sir?
We lost contact with Phoenix at 0800 Zulu. I'm not losing that base, Mac. I'll give you a squad of our best jump troopers to clear the way for your arrival. Good luck, Commander.
Now here's a tale you haven't heard. A tale no one's ever heard till now. It happened once upon a time not so long ago. In a year when Christmas went to the dogs. 9 dogs, that is. The 9-Dog Christmas.
Luke, chapter 1. Forasmuch as many have taken in hand to set forth in order a declaration of those things which are most surely believed among us, even as they delivered them unto us, which from the beginning were eyewitnesses and ministers of the word, it seemed good to me also, having had perfect understanding of all things from the very first, to write unto thee in order, most excellent Theophilus.
Hello, Cheryl. Hello, Jim. Hello, Andy.
The force is strong with this one.
No one believed, in the early years of the 21st century, that our world was being watched, the way a man with a microscope might scrutinize the creatures in a drop of water. Yet, across the gulf of space, a terrible evil prepared to unleash itself upon an unsuspecting human race.
Once again, Michael left Donna in bed, confused and unsatisfied.
Shut up, James Earl Jones.
No, you shut up, big mouth.
The people in the audience became startled, nervous even, as the metal engine churned towards them. Their unease began to grow into fear. People could not comprehend what was happening. How was this train in the room? The iron beast nearly upon them, they fled, fearing for their lives.
Tricked you! The old fool escaped months ago. Found an escape route to the world below. He got away by that crust the other prisoner who helped him. And guess what? Now I have his daughter.
No! No! No!
Take her away!
Weird deal, Giant!
Oh,
You lied!
boo-hoo.
You lied to me! No!
Take her!
No, you lied! You're a liar! Get over me, you big green.
Blue Squadron now. Blue Squadron to Sector 7. Evasive action. Buy some time for that Ranger to escape. Get me in contact with her. Raina, it is vital you deliver the message you carry. Get out of there now.
For the glory of the Corps, sir!
For the glory of the Corps.